Hello students, welcome to Affairscloud. My name is Vikas. So friends, we have an application by the name Careers Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store. And once you have downloaded, you can log in with your Gmail ID. And why I am suggesting you this application, because this is the one-stop solution for all the current affairs. This is the best of the best application and the platform where you can enhance your learning through help. Here you will be provided with multiple courses. Here you will be provided with multiple options of quizzes, and even you will be provided current affairs on daily basis. PDFs and quizzes will be provided to you on daily basis, both in Hindi as well as English. Here you will be provided current affairs with weekly basis and monthly basis also. Here remember, once you have done watching our video, then you can log in through this application, take out the PDF, read that PDF and go through the quizzes. That will enhance your preparation. Same you have to do for weekly and same you have to do for the monthly also. In monthly you will be provided with the top 100 important questions PDF and video also. That will enhance your learning, and it will be a very beneficial and important video for the revision perspective. And not just this friends, apart from this we also provide you banking and economic questions. We provide you state current affairs such as of Uttarakhand, UP, Tripura, Telangana, and many more. Not just this, apart from this, we also provide you topic wise current affairs, and the topics that we are providing you are really important. These topics are such as national affairs, international affairs, important days, sports, defense, science and technology, apps and web portals, obituary. These are the important topics that are being asked in various exams across India. So these are the topics that are must and should be covered and will be beneficial for the preparation of the student. Hello everyone. So in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for 30th January. The session will be quite interesting, so do pay attention till the end. Let's start. First is, which Republic Day was observed in India in terms of the number wise, right? So this is the 75th Republic Day that was observed on 26th of January, right? Then we know that during this Republic Day, who was the chief guest? So chief guest here was the President of France, Emmanuel Macron, right? Next thing, remember, President Draupadi Murmu unfurled the India's national flag during this event. Correct? Take a note of this. These three things are very important. 75th Republic Day, Emmanuel Macron is the chief guest, and who unfurled the flag? It was unfurled by the President of India, Draupadi Murmu ma'am. Then there is a theme that you need to remember for the same. The theme is Viksit Bharat. Viksit Bharat. This is the theme for the Republic Day, that is, and this Viksit Bharat means developed India. Right? Take a note of this. Then apart from this, a commemorative stamp of 75 rupees was recently launched by Rajnath Singh. Right? It is a commemorative coin and it is a silver coin. Mark this also. Correct? A silver 75 rupees commemorative silver coin, and a postage stamp was launched on the 75th Republic Day. Correct? It was minted by Indian Government Mint, that is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Emmanuel Macron was the chief guest here, President of France. Then it was the 75th Republic Day, and our President of India, Draupadi Murmu ma'am, unfurled the flag. Correct? Republic Day is observed because India became an independent nation on 15th of August 1947. Right? Independent, and on Republic Day our constitution was enacted. Right? Take a note of this. Very important. One more thing, remember, India celebrated this art day, that is Republic Day, on 75th, and the Republic Day event and parade where they were held at the newly renovated and renamed Kartavya Path, that was earlier known as Rajpath. Next is, which organization introduced $100 million plastic waste production linked bonds to tackle plastic pollution? So recently, bonds that are worth $100 million were unveiled by which organization in order to tackle the plastic pollution? The amount that will be generated through these bonds, that will be close to $100 million, will be used to eliminate plastic pollution. This amount or these bonds were raised by whom? These bonds were raised by World Bank, and they are for 7 years or 7-year plastic waste reduction linked bond. And for the World Bank to remember their arm, that is IBRD, IBRD is your International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. They have issued these bonds, correct? They are for 7 years. Tenure is for 7 years, and the amount here for these bonds are $100 million, and they will be catering the plastic pollution, right? Then remember, Citi served as the lead manager for these bonds, right? Take a note of this. Then we are seeing that with the help of these bonds, various plastic recycling projects are being launched, right? Such as two plastic waste collection projects were launched in Ghana and Indonesia. Apart from this, these bonds will be listed on Luxembourg Stock Exchange. These plastic pollution linked bonds, right? And these bonds, they were listed AAA by Standards and Poor. Mark this. And these bonds were issued at providing investors with a minimum guaranteed return of approximately 1.7% per annum. If we talk about World Bank, who is the president here? Ajay Banga. When was it established? In 1944. And where is the headquarter? It is in Washington, DC. Next, here you can see World Bank. They introduced $100 million plastic waste reduction linked bonds to tackle plastic pollution, and it was IBRD, the arm of World Bank. They have issued these bonds. Next is REC and NIIFL. They signed an MOU on funding solutions for renewable energy projects and large infrastructure projects. I repeat, REC, formerly known as Rural Electrification Corporation Limited, they signed an MOU with NIIFL, that is National Investment and Infrastructure Fund Limited, and it is to boost the renewable energy and infrastructure financing in India. Correct? If we talk about REC is a Maharatna CPSC that comes under the Ministry of Power. Right, take a note of this. And under this MOU, these two organizations, they will work together on funding solutions for renewable energy and large-scale infrastructure projects in India. This will enhance the financing and also attract the private capital into the infrastructure investment or infrastructure sector. Right, if we talk about REC, we saw that it is a Maharatna CPSC that comes under the Ministry of Power. And if we talk about Chairman and Managing Director of REC, Vivek Kumar Devangan, headquarter New Delhi, and it is established in 1969. Next is economy and business. Recently, BOB, Bank of Baroda Financial Solutions, rebranded as Bob Card Limited. I repeat, recently Bob Card Limited, right? This is the Bob Financial Solutions rebranded as Bob Card Limited. So here you can see Bank of Baroda Financial Solution Limited, the wholly owned card company of Bank of Baroda, has been rebranded as Bob Card Limited with the tagline Credit Reimagined. It is a NBFC that was established in 1994. The new logo is called Baroda Sun. Baroda Sun, this is the new logo of Bank of Baroda Card Limited, that is Bob Card Limited. Right? Then this Bob Card offers an array of consumer and commercial credit cards and caters to all the segments of customers, including defense personnel like Indian Army, Indian Navy, Indian Coast Guard and Assam Rifles. Next is how many Padma Awards were presented in 2024. So recently, Ministry of Home Affairs announced Padma Awards for 2024, and remember who the awards were conferred, or Draupadi Murmu ma'am presented these Padma Awards to how many individuals? So a total of 32 people were awarded with Padma Awards for 2024, right? And here only, if we look at Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan and Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan was awarded to a total of 5 individuals. Padma Bhushan was awarded to 7 individuals, and Padma Shri was awarded to 110 individuals. And among these, 9 were awarded posthumously. That means they passed away. After their death, they were awarded with these Padma Awards. Right? Next, and from these only, also remember, from 132, there were 6 foreign individuals who were awarded with these awards. Among these 6 foreign nationals, 4 are from France, and 1 is from Taiwan, and 1 is from Papua New Guinea. And these are the 6 foreign nationals among 132. They were awarded with Padma Awards. Next, here you can see a total of 132 Padma Awards were presented, 6 Padma Vibhushan, 17 Padma Bhushan, 110 Padma Shri and 9 posthumously were awarded. Next, who has been named as the Men's ODI Cricketer of the Year 2023? Recently, ICC awards were presented for 2023 and remember here, Surya Kumar Yadav has been named as the Men's ODI Player of the Year. Virat Kohli has been named as the Men's T20 Cricketer of the Year. I correct myself. If we are talking about Surya Kumar Yadav, he is the Men's T20 Player of the Year, right? And Virat Kohli, Men's ODI Cricketer of the Year 2023. So right option here becomes Virat Kohli has been named as the Men's ODI, that is One Day International Cricketer of the Year 2023, and who has been named as the Men's T20 Cricketer of the Year, Surya Kumar Yadav. Correct. Here you can see India's Virat Kohli has been named as the Men's ODI Player and Surya Kumar Yadav became the T20 Cricketer of the Year 2023. Take a note of this. Right. Then if we talk about ICC, who is the chairman of ICC? Greg Barclay. Where is the headquarter of ICC? Dubai, UAE. And when was it established? In 1909. Next, who is said to become the Prime Minister of Bhutan for second time? So, Tshering Togbe. Let me show you his picture. Tshering Togbe, he will be becoming the Prime Minister of Bhutan for the second time. Take a note of this. And he served as the Prime Minister for first time from 2013 to 2018. And now again he will be becoming the Prime Minister of Bhutan. Tshering Togbe will be succeeding Lotte Tshering, who served as the Prime Minister of Bhutan from 2018 to 2023. Right? Take a note of this also. Then remember, in 2008, Bhutan converted from an absolute monarchy to a constitutional monarchy with a parliament government. And since 2008, Bhutan has conducted 4 elections. Mark this also. If we talk about the capital of Bhutan, what is it? It is Thimphu. Right? Take a note of this. And who is the Prime Minister now? For the second time, Tshering Togbe. Next, Nitish Kumar was sworn in as Bihar's Chief Minister for which time? So, JDU President, that is Janata Dal United President Nitish Kumar took oath as the Chief Minister of Bihar for the 9th time, right? He has become the Chief Minister of Bihar for the 9th time. Correct? Take a note of this. He was administered the oath to office by Bihar Governor. Who is the Governor of Bihar? Rajendra Arlekar. Correct? And who are the Deputy Chief Minister here? Samrat Chaudhary and Vijay Kumar Sinha. They took oath as the Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar. So this is important. Nitish Kumar recently, he was sworn in as the 9th Chief Minister of Bihar. Next is, here you can see Nitish Kumar. He was sworn in as the 9th Chief Minister of Bihar. Next, LIC. LIC gets the RBI approval to raise their stake in HDFC Bank up to dash. So recently, LIC, they got the RBI's approval that they can raise their stake in HDFC Bank to 9.99%. As of now, today, or we can say as of January 2024, LIC holds 5.19% share of HDFC Bank and they are allowed to now increase their stake to 9.99%, right? They will be buying shares of HDFC Bank and which will be reflected in the valuation of HDFC Bank also. Next, here you can see LIC, they got the RBI's approval to raise their stake up to 9.99% stake in HDFC Bank. Next, science and technology. Shailesh Kumar Singh, right? Shailesh Kumar Singh, Secretary of Ministry of Rural Development, they launched Sarthi mobile application for Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana National Rural Livelihood Mission, that is DAY NRLM. This was launched at Krishi Bhavan. This Sarathi, right? This is a mobile application and it was designed to bridge the gap between the government schemes and their beneficiaries, right? This app will function as a national technology solution for the working with the most vulnerable society, correct? And this app was developed by, here you can see, this app was developed in collaboration with Bangalore based the Nudge Institute. It is embedded in the Lok OS system, and this app will function as the national tech solution for the strategy for working with the most vulnerable group. This poverty assessment tool, PAT, surveys can also be conducted through this application, which will increase the effectiveness of the work, and the app can be monitored in real time, thereby reducing the risk errors and easing the administrative burdens. Then this Sarathi will initially be deployed in 6 states that will be supporting 24,000 most vulnerable households. Right? So this Sarathi application will be helping the government schemes so that they can reach to the beneficiaries of those particular schemes. Next, ISRO, they have successfully deployed the magnetometer boom on the Aditya L1 in Hill orbit. Aditya L1 mission, if you remember, this was launched by ISRO, and it is to study the surface of the sun. It is at the L1 point, that is Lagrange 1 point. This L1 stands for Lagrange 1, right? And recently ISRO, they have deployed a 6-meter long magnetometer boom on Aditya L1 satellite in the hollow orbit at Lagrange 1 point on 11th of January. See, basically this magneto boom was basically to remove the magnet or to minimize the magnetic effect from the spacecraft, and also because if you remember in James Webb Space Telescope, a long sheet of gold sheet was unfurled so that the heat coming from the sun cannot interfere with the instruments or the readings. Similarly, the magnetic effect that is coming out of the space, it should not affect the readings. For the same reason, this magnetometer boom was unfurled, and it is a 6-meter long magnetometer boom. Right? Take a note of this. Next is obituary. Rana Talwar, first Indian and Asian to head Standard Chartered Bank, recently passed away. Right? Veteran banker Rana Talwar, first Indian and Asian to lead the global bank Standard and Chartered Bank, recently passed away at the age of 76. Next, Chandigarh's first hockey Olympian Sukhbir Singh Gill also recently passed away. He was born in 1975 in Chandigarh, and he recently passed away at the age of 48. Next, books and authors. Assam's Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma released the first volume of Political History of Assam 1947 to 1971. This was during an event in the Lok Sabha Bhavan in Guwahati, Assam. The book is published by the Assam government and edited by an eminent historian, Dr. Rajen Saikia. The second and the third volume of the book, covering the periods 1972 to 2001 and from 2002 to 2020, will be completed by 2025. The book will present readers with insights into the political events that have shaped Assam's socio-economic landscape. Correct? Next is important is World Leprosy Day, observed on 28th of January, and this day is observed generally on the last Sunday of the January month, and it is to celebrate people who have experienced leprosy, that is also known as Hansen's disease, and it is to promote the dignity of people that are affected by this leprosy. So World Leprosy Day observed on 28th of January, or basically we can say this year in 2024 it was observed on 28th of January, otherwise it is on the last Sunday of the January month, and it also marks the 71st observance of the day. The 2024 theme for the World Leprosy Day is Beat Leprosy. So friends, these were your important current affairs for the day. Now let's go for a quick one-liner revision. 75th Republic Day of India observed on 26th of January. World Bank has introduced $100 million plastic waste reduction linked bond to tackle plastic pollution. REC and NIIFL signed an MOU on funding solutions for renewable energy projects and large infrastructure projects. Bank of Baroda Financial Solution rebranded as Bob Card Limited. Padma Awards were presented and 132 Padma Awards were presented. 5 Padma Vibhushan, 17 Padma Bhushan, 110 Padma Shri and 9 were awarded posthumously. Then ICC Awards here, India's Virat Kohli and Surya Kumar became the ODI player and T20 cricketer of the year 2023 respectively. Then former PM Shering Torbe has become the PM of Bhutan for the second time. Nitish Kumar has been sworn in as the Chief Minister of Bihar for the 9th time, and Samrat Chaudhary and Vijay Kumar took oath as the Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar. Then LIC got the RBI's approval to raise their stake in HDFC Bank up to 9.99%. Sailesh Kumar Singh, Minister of Rural Development or Secretary of the Ministry of Rural Development, launched Sarathi application for Day NRLM so that the schemes that are launched by the government, they can reach to their beneficiaries. ISRO, they successfully deployed the magnetometer boom on Aditya L1 halo orbit, that is Aditya L1 mission launched by ISRO to study Sun. Rana Talwar, first Indian and Asian to head Standard Chartered Bank, recently passed away. Chandigarh's first hockey Olympian Sukhbir Singh Gill passed away. And Assam's Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma released the first volume of the book Political History of Assam 1947 to 1971. World Leprosy Day observed on 28th of January. So these are your important current affairs for the day, friends. If you find the session interesting, do like the video and comment below and let us know what are your views for the same. Now let's move to some revision part that will be very beneficial for your learning. Name the annual command level exercise that has been recently conducted by the Eastern Air Command of the Indian Air Force from October to November 2023. What is the name of that annual command level exercise? It is Purvi Akash. Right? Purvi Akash. It was from 30th of October to 5th of November in 2023. Right? And this exercise was held in the northeastern region. Correct? And the indigenously developed light combat aircraft Tejas also participated in this Purvi Akash. Next, name the country that has recently signed a contract with India to supply and produce handheld anti-aircraft missile IGLA-S man-portable air defense system, that is MANPAS. MANPADS. What is this MANPADS? MANPADS is your missile IGLA man-portable air defense system. Correct? So which is that country that has signed a contract with India to supply and produce these anti-aircraft missile IGLA-S MANPADS. Right? Which is that? Tell me. Which is that country? It is Russia. Also remember, which is the that missile that was developed between India and Russia together? That is BrahMos missile. Right? So it is Russia that signed a contract with India to supply and produce these anti-aircraft missile IGLA-S MANPADS. Next, in which city 9th edition of the joint military exercise of India and Sri Lanka Mitra Shakti was commenced on 16th of November 2023. It was in Pune, Maharashtra. Where was it? It was Pune, Maharashtra. This was the 9th edition of the joint military exercise of India and Sri Lanka Mitra Shakti that was commenced on 16th of November. This was a 14-day long exercise, right? And it was between India and Sri Lanka. Right? Name the actor who has been recently appointed as the UPI Safety Ambassador of National Payment Corporation of India. So Pankaj Tripathi, very famous actor, he has been appointed as the UPI Safety Ambassador by NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India. Next, who has been recently appointed as the Chief Executive of the Association of Mutual Funds in India? Venkat Nageshwar Chalasni ji, right? He has been appointed as the new Chief Executive of the Association of Mutual Funds in India. Right? Take a note of this. He will replace whom? He will be replacing NS Venkatesh. Correct? Who served for 2 consecutive terms of 3 years each since October 2017. Next, name the bank that has recently signed a partnership with Indian shuttler Pranoy Haseen or PH Sunil Kumar, that is HS Pranoy, for brand promotion. Which is that bank? It is Federal Bank. Right? Federal Bank, they recently signed a partnership with Indian shuttler HS Pranoy for brand promotion. Next, who has recently become the fleet commander of the Indian Navy's Western Fleet? CR Praveen Nair, right? Rear Admiral CR Praveen Nair has been appointed, or he became the new fleet commander of the Indian Navy's Western Fleet. He succeeded whom? He succeeded Rear Admiral Vineet McCarthy. Right? And he was in the position of the fleet commander of Western Fleet since November 2022. Next, which country has recently re-elected Pedro Sanchez as the Prime Minister? So, Spain has recently re-elected Pedro Sanchez as their Prime Minister. And this will be his second term. Next, who has recently been appointed as the director, managing director and chief executive officer and key managerial person of Kotak Mahindra Bank for next 3 years. Ashok Vaswani. Right? Ashok Vaswani has been appointed as the director, managing director and chief executive officer and your key managerial person for Kotak Mahindra Bank. He will be in this position for the next 3 years. He succeeded whom? He succeeded Deepak Gupta. Next, which country has recently elected Javier Milei as their president? So, Argentina has recently appointed Javier Milei as their new president. Take a note of this. Next, which country has recently appointed Luke Friedman as their prime minister? So, Luke Friedman has been appointed as the prime minister of Luxembourg. Next, name the personality who recently was appointed as the brand ambassador of West Bengal. So, who was appointed as the brand ambassador of West Bengal recently? Saurav Ganguly, also known as Dada. And the announcement was made during the 7th edition of the Bengal Global Business Summit that was held in Kolkata. Right? He is also known as Prince of Kolkata, also Dada, Saurav Ganguly. Next, which bank recently appointed Lakshmi Ramakrishnan Srinivas as the additional director? So, South Indian Bank has recently appointed Lakshmi Ramakrishnan Srinivas as the additional director. Correct? And this is a private sector bank, headquarter of which is in Thrissur, Kerala. And he will be in this position for the next 3 years. Name the personality from India who was recently elected as the Vice Chair of United Nations Panel of External Auditors for 2024. Girish Chandra Murmu, right? CAG of India, that is Comptroller and Auditor General of India, was elected as the Vice Chair of United Nations Panel of External Auditors for 2024. Next. So friends, these are your important current affairs for the day. I hope the session was interesting and you have learned multiple things from these two topics. Now, let's move to some revision current affairs. They will be very beneficial for your learning. In which city 9th edition of the Joint Military Exercise of India and Sri Lanka Mitra Shakti took part? We just saw this question, right? It was in Pune, Maharashtra. Same question. Next, in which state 14th edition of the India-USA Joint Special Force Exercise Vajra Prahar 23 was commenced on 21st of November 2023. So this Vajra Prahar, remember, this was the 14th edition of this exercise. It is between India and USA. Question asked here is, what is the location of this exercise where this was conducted? It was in Meghalaya, right? In Umroi, Meghalaya, we saw this Vajra Prahar 2023, that is the 14th edition of this exercise. It was a 21-day long exercise, that is a 3-week long exercise held from 21st of November till 11th of December last year in 2023. Next, in November, DRDO and Indian Navy, they successfully conducted the second flight test of Naval Anti-Ship Missile Short Range. This will be here only corrected, right? So, DRDO and Indian Navy, they successfully conducted the second flight test of the Naval Anti-Ship Missile Short Range, that is NASM Short Range, that was from Indian Navy's Dash Maritime helicopter. So this missile, that is Naval Anti-Ship Missile Short Range, it was tested from the Indian Navy's which helicopter? What is the name of that helicopter? It is Sea-King 42B. This is the name of the helicopter, maritime helicopter, from which this missile was tested by DRDO and Indian Navy together, and this was the second test for this particular missile. Who has been recently sworn in as the Chief Information Commissioner of the CIC, Central Information Commission? Hiralal Samaria, right? He has been recently sworn in as the Chief Information Commissioner of the CIC, that is Central Information Commission, and he became the first scheduled caste Indian IAS officer to hold this position. And Draupadi Murmu ma'am, President of India, administered the oath of the office at the function at Rashtrapati Bhavan. He succeeded whom? He succeeded Yashvardhan Kumar Sinha. Next, which organization has recently appointed Govardhan S. Rawat and Dr. Ajay Kumar Sood as Deputy Managing Director for a term of 5 years? So, NABARD, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, right? they have recently appointed Govardhan S. Rawat and Dr. Ajay Kumar Sood as the Deputy Managing Directors for a period of 5 years. Next, which of the following personalities have been recently appointed as a part-time member of NFRA, that is National Financial Reporting Authority? So, Pankaj Tripathi, I correct myself, R. Narayan and Sanjay Kalapur. R. Narayan Swamy and Sanjay Kalapur, they both have been recently appointed as the part-time member of NFRA. NFRA is your National Financial Reporting Authority. This is an independent accounting regulator and they have been appointed in this position for 3 years. Sanjay Kalapur, remember, he was on the board of directors of IDBI Bank, and from 2018 to 2021 he served as an international council member at large for American Accounting Association. Next, in November, Indian Armed Forces took part in the Dash edition of the joint military exercise with Australian Army Ostra Hind held in Perth, Australia. So this exercise, Ostra Hind, right, Ostra Hind, this was the exercise. It was held between India and Australia. Question asked here is, it was the which edition? It was the second edition of this exercise that took place recently. Correct. Next the question can be asked is, what is the location where this exercise was held? It was held in Perth, Australia. This question also becomes important. Next, the Dash edition of Indo-Nepal joint training exercise Surya Kiran held between India and Nepal began at Pithoragarh, UK in Uttarakhand in November 2023. This was the 17th edition. This was the 17th edition of the Indo-Nepal joint training exercise, that is Surya Kiran. And this was the 17th edition of this exercise held between India and Nepal. What is the location where this was held? Pithoragarh. Pithoragarh. Where is Pithoragarh? In Uttarakhand. So 17th edition of this exercise. Next, the 9th edition of Net Polrex. Net Polrex. Right? This is the 9th edition of the National Level Pollution Response Exercise Net Polrex that was conducted by Indian Coast Guard in the Dash state. So it was conducted where? So this was held in, location is Gujarat. See, now location is being asked. So these are the few points: name of the exercise, countries between which this exercise is being conducted, then the edition, then if any Indian naval ship, any Indian regiment or any Indian aircraft took part in that exercise, and the location of that exercise becomes important. So right option here becomes option 3. ACC extended the tenure of AS Rajiv, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Dash, for 6 months. So ACC extended the tenure of AS Rajiv, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Bank of Maharashtra, for the next 6 months. Right? Next is, how many nodal officers from the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting and CBFC recently appointed to act against film piracy on digital platforms? So a total of 12 nodal officers from Ministry of Information and Broadcasting and your CBFC, that is your Central Board of Film Certification, recently appointed to act against film piracy on digital platforms. And this action has been taken under the Cinematographer Amendment Bill that took place in 2023. And the officers here will handle all the complaints that are related to film piracy, ensuring the actions will be taken within 48 hours of receiving a particular complaint. Next, who has recently been appointed as the Additional Director of Dabur India Limited for a period of 5 years? Sushil Chandra has been appointed as the Additional Director of Dabur India for a period of 5 years. Right? Sushil Chandra, he was a 9080 batch IRS officer. Correct? He previously served also as the chairperson of CBDT. Then, who has been recently appointed as a member of the Strategic and Technical Advisory Group for TB by WHO? So this STAG STAG is your strategic and technical advisory group that was set up for tuberculosis disease. It affects your lungs. It is a communicable disease. This was set up by WHO. Question asked here is, who has been appointed as a member to this STAG of tuberculosis? Here, Sarang Dio. Right? He has been appointed as a member to this STAG. And remember, Professor Sarang Dio, he is a professor of operation management at the Indian School of Business, correct? And he will be a part of 15-member expert group that was set up by WHO for eliminating this or eradicating this tuberculosis. Next, who has been recently appointed as the chairman and managing director of Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited? So, who has been appointed here? Chetan Bhagat. Sorry, I repeat, I correct. Who has been appointed here as the chairman and managing director of Bharat Heavy Electronics Limited? He will be K.S. Murthy. Kopu Sadashiv Murthy has been appointed as the chairman and managing director of BHEL. He will be in this position from 1st of November 2023 till 28th of Feb 2027 till any further orders. He will be succeeding whom? He succeeded Nalin Singhal. Right? He succeeded Nalin Singhal. Next, name the personality who has recently been appointed as the executive director of RBI. Who has been appointed as the executive director? Manoranjan Mishra has been appointed as the executive director with effect from 1st of November. Right? And here, Manoranjan Mishra, he will oversee 3 departments that are enforcement, risk monitoring and external investment operations. Who has recently been appointed as the president of renewables and chief executive officers and managing director of Tata Power Renewable Energy Limited. Dipesh Nanda has been appointed as the president renewables and the chief executive officer and managing director of Tata Power Renewable Energy Limited. Correct? Take a note of this. He succeeded whom? He succeeded Ashish Khanna. He succeeded Ashish Khanna. Correct? Next, Supreme Court Collegium had recently Supreme Court Collegium has recommended additional Judge Siddhartha Roy Chaudhary for the appointment as the permanent judge of the Dash High Court. So, Supreme Court Collegium recently recommended additional Judge Siddhartha Roy Chaudhary for the appointment as the permanent judge of Calcutta High Court. Option 5. Next, name the personality from India who has recently been elected as the member of United Nations Advisory Committee on Administrative and Budgetary Questions for 3 years term. The right option here becomes, he will be Surendra Kumar Adhana. Option 4. Senior Indian diplomat Surendra Kumar Adhana was re-elected as a member of United Nations Advisory Committee on Administrative and Budgetary Questions, and he will be in this position for 3 years, that is from 2024 till 2026, beginning from 1st of January 2024. Next is our homework section. First, what is the primary habitat of emperor penguins? Second, where was the 84th All India Presiding Officers Conference held? Third, what is Armado, recently mentioned in the news? Fourth, who became the first woman to hold the rank of a Subedar in Indian Army? Fifth, market access initiative scheme which was seen in the news is related to which one of the following? So these are your 5 homework question, friends, and I need to see maximum participation from all the students watching this video. Also, share the link of this video with your friends, neighbors, cousins, relatives, and let them know about this interesting platform where on daily basis we do current affairs in such an interesting way that it becomes very easy to remember these current affairs. That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at Affairscloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is Affairscloud_official. In the end, friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact contact us on the mobile number that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.